I'm a person who I've been a hunter,
Mm-hmm.
and that pose. Let me just give all of my viewers that pose after you have killed your deer.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm.
pose with your knee is on the prey, and you have your bow or your rifle, whichever you're hunting with. I was a bow hunter. You had your bow and kind of like the prize shot,
Yep.
because you got the kill and you got the person. That was the pose, and that's immediately what my mind traveled to. Was the first time I got a deer. Sorry to all my viewers that don't like hunting. I was a hunter, but that is what my mind traveled to. Was he felt like he had his prey with his knee in his neck, and for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and only when the paramedics came did you decide to get up off of his neck after him begging for his life.
And you didn't want to get up the end. I think they
No,
had to tap him on the shoulder to tell him to move.
exactly.
What type of spirit lives within you where you had no sympathy, none?
And we don't value life. We do not value life. And that's the sad part, Kendra. We don't value life. We don't value each other's life. We don't value everyone else's life. Life is something that just goes and comes. We might think it's Bugs Bunny. If you remember when Wile E. Coyote
Mm-hmm.
would try to kill the road runner, and he would end up having the anvil fall on him. The next thing would happen. That's what we think life is. But this is a shame, and it's a tragedy, and it's a stench in the nostril of society.
It's ridiculous. And I said, those officers, lost their job. And I said, you lose your job over this when all you had to do was stand up.
Exactly.
You wanted Kaepernick to stand up. All you had to do was literally stand up and get off this man.
Exactly.
That's all it would have taken.
Kaepernick, you remember, was crucified by the White House head official, as well as everyone else. Oh, it's unpatriotic, taking a knee. He took a knee for injustice. Chauvin took a knee and killed a man. But we don't see any tweets. We don't see any verbiage. We don't see anything outside of it's really messed up in his words. And I don't understand how that just doesn't rip at the fabric of your understanding.
That's why as a sports fan, it was a lot of people that lost me. I won't name names because some people might be Dallas Cowboys fans, but but for people, and I was a big military supporter. I used to always think about the military, how they make sacrifices, and for some people in the military, some people in the sports world to say that's not the right way to protest, and you're going against the flag. What flag? The flag that says it's okay to put your knee in my neck and kill me?
Exactly.
What flag? What flag am I going against? Like, please explain to me. Like, I need you to show me what flag I'm going against, and the national anthem that was written by a racist white man. I just need you to tell me what about any of this.
Yes,
is wrong.
And it's sad because we consistently pedal backwards, then we move forward, and white America has to change this issue. The majority has to change this issue. And you wonder why all is happening. It's because folks are fed up. They're tired. Ahmaud Arbery, her mother, is just, outraged that her son is now gone. Breonna Taylor, her family is outraged that their daughter is gone. And I have teenage girls. I pray every day, God, please keep them. Please protect them. My nephews, I pray, my nieces, I'm like, God, protect them, because I don't want that phone call. I don't want that image, because they are just driving while black and they're now all of a sudden sentenced to death. I pray every day for them.
At some point, your viewers and people in the world are going to have to understand that police originated from slave catching.
Yes.
The system was never designed for us. You went from overseer to officer.
Yes.
Literally. Then you built the prisons So when you caught the slave, the offender, and you put him in jails, there's no such thing as let's hire black officers and have them police our neighborhoods, and that's going to solve the problem.
Right.
What
Right.
people have to understand is it's a system. It's not police. It's not just the police. It's a system. So what happens when you have the incident where the white officer went into the black man's Botham Jean when she
Yeah.
entered his
Yeah.
apartment and shot him while he was sitting in his apartment? What did you have? You had the black judge give her a hug.
Yes.
Give her
Yes.
a Bible and a hug. And you know what? The black judge was elected by some probably white supremacist group.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
it's a system. It's not, you're not going to just start at police officers. You have DAs that's in cahoots with police officers. You have assist, the entire from all the way from the top to attorney general. You can go
Right.
all the way to the White House. It's an entire system that works. White supremacists and the ideals that it's been built on has literally been from the start of time. You get what I'm saying? So when
Yes.
they was
Yes.
building the country, they was building the ideals to keep us down. So you're gonna have to systematically. I said, and I hope it never ever comes to this ever. But I feel like the only way to dismantle this system would be civil war within our own country. Would be,
Mm-hmm.
and I would hope that it would never
Mm-hmm.
come to that, because that would just be terrifying on all sides.
Yes.
But
Yes.
at this point, with I don't want to see anymore. Oh, we're fed up. But how long are we fed up? Are we fed up to the point that we've come up with something that we can do, or we just fed up that we're going to just protest and tear some stuff up, and then what?
Exactly. And I'm so tired of hearing. We heard our White House officials say, when the looting starts, the shooting starts, and say, well, I've heard it before. I don't know where it came from. Yes, you do. You know where it came from. You know where it came from. The youngest of young have been taught where it's come from. So let's not hide behind that shield. But when we don't have leadership, when we don't have someone who will stand up, thank God for the presumptive Democratic nominee, former Vice President Joe Biden, who came on two occasions, one for the Floyd family and the other for the coronavirus, to speak and to show leadership, what a president really should look like, should sound like. I'm so appreciative of him, because the country is hurting and we don't have any leadership, and we have to mobilize all of Black and brown people to vote and to remove this type of thinking from the office of president. We have to do it, and we have to go in droves. We have to continue to be educated in what is right and wrong, and stand up even in times. I have no problem with the protests. What I have problem with is the looting and the violence. But those are right-wing groups that come in. You'll be led to believe that they're left-wingers. No, they are right-wing groups that come in and that try to tear up the city. They're not the inhabitants of the city. They try to come in and incite the violence, to loot and to rob. And how dare you rob from me? And I'm a business owner, whether I'm rich, whether I'm poor, because you seize an opportunity. Tell us how it is in your city.
Well, in Connecticut, at first, they had like a little map where they show where things were going on. Connecticut didn't really have any action, but today I go out to go work out, and there's a protest right down at the police station, with people, saying, you can't bring our bodies back.
Yeah,
like you can't do that. There's no amount of sorries and sorry to hear that we're like those people are gone. We got 350 names. So they're out there protesting and trying to be heard and doing different things. I haven't been here that long. It's not specifically in Bristol, it's not like a huge Black population, but it's it's enough.
Right.
People, and it's not just Black people out there, of course. White people are out there. So yeah, they're it's not as crazy. And I don't live in like Hartford. Hartford is like the capital.
Hartford's the capital, right?
Lot more Black people up there. So, but it's not as crazy as some of the major cities like LA, Chicago, New York, Houston. It hasn't been like with the looting and things like that.
Yeah, okay.
Just more so of the protesting and trying to get heard, and a smaller protest, like 300 people.
Okay, all right. But again, even at 300, I'm appreciative that they are out, because again, the news only shows, of course, the major cities who have been having the major protests, the major unrest. But I would hope and pray that we all would turn our face to God and ask God to make a change and to cause a shift to happen, in this society. This world is on a declivity, and it is sad to say that we are facing these same things in 2020 that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Protested for. It is sad to say that we have to still have some of these same discussions in 2020 that we really shouldn't be having. It's a shame that we've got to educate our young Black men and women what happens when an officer pulls up behind you. If they pull you over, what must you do? And those things are a shame that we have to have those discussions, but we have to have them.
But my thing is, we talk about it like that's normal.
Exactly.
To me, I do not like it. You had President Obama say, I've had issues with being put. But that shouldn't be.
Right.
That's our reality. But why?
Right.
I don't get it. People aren't asking why. Yeah. Why is that our reality? It doesn't have to be our life.
Why? And when does the change happen? When does it change?
That's what I'm saying. People go on and say, "Well, that's just how it is." No, I don't need to have a knee in my neck, like a constant. Every time we wake up, Black, it's a knee in our neck.
Yes.
Every time, hold us down.
We're being choked every single day.
Every single day,
single day.
And nobody cares. And I said, the young people and the old people that was out looting in Chicago, I put on Facebook, they would have had a leader and some control. But guess what? Y'all killed MLK. Y'all killed Chairman Fred.
Yes.
Fred Hampton could have, his kids are doing community work, but he could have been a voice. His kids could have been a voice. But guess what? You kill him. Exactly. The Chicago police ran up into his crib and killed everybody, almost killed everybody in there, with his pregnant wife included.
Yes.
So now you have young people just rioting, looting, because guess what? There's no voice. There's no voice saying, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to move.
Exactly.
Because you dismantle every system we had. Every system that we had. They did all that on the anniversary of the riots in Tulsa, Oklahoma, of Black Wall Street.
Yes.
Every system that we were building wealth and coming together and being one, you dismantled it.
Exactly.
So now you get on TV and you say, this is taken away from the protest when you have these rioters. You know what took away from the protest? When you killed everything.
When you killed the man.
You're looking at the result of what you did.
Exactly.
That's just like when Tamika Mallory got on when she was down in I don't know if she was in Atlanta or Minnesota, when Tamika Mallory spoke and she said, "We learned this from you."
Yes. Wasn't it
powerful? Better, you have to do better.
Exactly. If you want better, then you do better.
You literally taught us that. So powerful.
A young girl.
It was. I said she spoke a word.
Exactly.
It's just ridiculous. We didn't come into this into the U.S. Starting riots and snatching lands from people. You did.
Yeah.
And now you're upset because the people that you have your knee in our neck. You're upset that now we don't want to take it anymore.
Exactly. Well, Kendra, I just so appreciative of your time today. You have been helpful. I pray to all of my viewers. Thank you for tuning in. This is Kendra Smith, and she has helped us today. And I want you to know that you're welcome at any time to come back on this show. And we appreciate you. Again, this is Thomas Talks, where we hope to educate you, empower you, and uplift you. Until we see you again, God bless you. Have a great day.